Subscribe to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. Today's special guest is Jessica Williams, a makeup artist out of Chicago.
All right, ladies, welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons. I am Laura Simmons, and I have with me today Margaret Green,
Hello, how you doing?
Shanita J,
Hi, everyone.
and Ursula D. Allen. She running a little late, but she'll be here soon. And our special guest for tonight is Miss Jessica Williams, an artist, makeup artist out of Chicago, y'all. Man, this is so awesome. Chicago is doing the doggone thing, ain't they?
Yes, they are.
Um,
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And I just want to let YouTube know we are live and hello YouTube, Facebook Live, streamer. Welcome. Okay, so did you want to start it off, Margaret Green, with your gold nugget for today before we bring our guests in?
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about something I mentioned yesterday, but this is something a little bit different pertaining to mortgages and in real estate. Um, I'm finding and I'm hearing this more often than none is mortgage companies are trying to get people to refinance their homes because they have built up a lot of equity in their homes right now, and they're trying to get people to refinance and saying, well, you can eliminate debt and pay off your debt and roll it into your mortgage. That may sound good on the face value of it because you're looking at, well, I'm eliminating $500 a month, but are you really eliminating that when you roll it into your mortgage? For instance, if you have a credit card debt and you owe say $10,000 on that credit card debt, and you roll that into your mortgage, you can actually start making extra payments every month to pay that bill off in probably 5 years, or either refinance it to a personal loan and pay it
Mm-hmm.
off for 5 years versus rolling it into your mortgage for 30 years.
Right.
So a lot of times people will think, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I can write off the interest. Yeah, but if you go and charge that credit card back up, guess what? You paying two credit card bills, one that you added to your mortgage and one that you started back all over again. So to make yourself more disciplined, it's probably better to either do a personal loan to refinance that credit card, especially if it's already closed or if it's not closed, and pay it off in 5 years versus rolling it into your mortgage and increasing your mortgage payment more than you want to deal with for 30 years. Because
Okay.
when you think about it, if you keep refinancing it, it's going to increase your mortgage payment. Not only that, your taxes and insurance going to go up. So that mortgage payment only goes up once when you refinance it by rolling that in, but it's going to go up even more by your insurance and taxes going up. So you want to keep that in mind when you're making a decision. Weigh all your options, look at everything for face value, make sure that you're not putting yourself in a predicament that's not going to benefit you later on. And that's my real estate gold nugget for the night.
Good job. Thank you. Okay, Shanita J, what you got for us today? What tea you got? Come on, bring it to us.
so, if you guys recall on Talk About It Tuesday, I told you about Laverne Cox making a statement on the red carpet with Jada and Will about the entanglement.
Mm.
Well, she has cleared the air by saying, she's taking accountability for her statement, saying that Vivica was right, wrong place, wrong time. You know, and so I mean that takes a. She said it was just a joke, but that takes a lot because a lot of people will say things and could care less how you think or feel about it. In
Wow.
other news, James Earl Jones, y'all know that deep voice man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's set to have a Broadway theater named after him. I think that's
Oh.
some news,
Oh wow, that's
giving him
pretty
his
nice.
flowers while he's still here, because that man is definitely aging gracefully. I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Um,
he's 90, isn't he, or close to it?
Close to it, yeah. Um, Yeah, I believe he is. He's up there because I looked him up when unfortunately when Sidney Poitier passed away. I looked him up.
Yeah, because
They're kind of
Sidney
neck and neck
Poitier,
age wise.
and Cicely
Right.
Tyson, all of them was around the same age.
So he's still hanging around and kicking it. Um, that is for him, and then Mary J. Blige to executive produce a Lifetime film inspired by her classic Real Love. Y'all here for that?
I didn't hear
no,
about
no.
that one.
Yeah, I'm excited because I like that song. That was one of my,
Hello.
you know,
I'm searching for. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
that was my.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know for a fact she getting ready to drop an album, and that album about to be fire because she's pretty much putting on this album all the things that she's experienced with this divorce that she had with her ex-husband. Y'all remember how messy that was?
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that her second divorce?
no,
No, that was her
that's
first
her
divorce.
first and only marriage.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought she was married
And
to the other guy before she married.
No,
this
she
one.
didn't never marry him.
Oh,
She
okay.
wasn't married to him. No.
She
Okay.
got married, and that was her. I mean, that's scarring. You finally decide
Yeah.
to say, "I'm gonna take this man's last name." He even, every time I think about that divorce, I just think about how entitled are you? You're gonna request that she pays your child support. She doesn't even have kids of her own.
No, exactly. That's
How
bogus.
you gonna
That's
have her pay
bogus.
your child support? You made those kids. That didn't even got that. That was something before her, but that she talked about that in an interview too. But as far as how she had to, I think she ended up making like a because it was something with their taxes that she was like, I'm gonna either pay this million to that or I'm gonna pay you.
Right.
So he got it out, he paid it out, but still like every time I think about it, it irritates me. And his daughter ended up getting being on the show because of their marriage. I don't know what his ties to the industry are specifically, but she's on that show. His daughter is on the show Growing Up Hip Hop. And of course, at the bottom of it, it says, Mary J. Blige's, stepdaughter type thing. But it's kind of like,
Wow.
okay. So his family reaping the benefits.
She didn't do a prenup with him?
No, she was in love, apparently. She was really in love.
She thought he was the one. That's what happened.
Well, and that'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
What they say, you play silly games, you get silly prizes.
Yeah, that's it. You're right about that.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
Some more Jack in the Box prizes.
Yeah,
popcorn.
But he better be careful though. She knows some people now. You know how we are from. You know how Chicago people handle stuff. So that where she come from.
Yeah,
she hood too. So,
I feel like a little piece of her on Power on Monet is a little piece of her for real.
Yeah. So he better be careful.
I think she from Boogie Down Bronx or something like that.
Yeah.
No, she on somewhere and she P Daddy them is her people
Not
too.
P Daddy. Not P Daddy.
Well, he called himself Diddy now, but it was P Diddy for years. But anyway, he
Puffy.
Yeah.
What's his real name?
Sean Combs.
Combs, yeah. Is that about click?
That wraps it up for today's celebrity tea.
Okay, so I'm gonna give just a little. Did y'all see about Serena Williams blast this New York Times for using a photo of her sister Venus in a story about her? Did y'all see that? Oh yeah, she pissed too. She said they overshadowed her latest success by printing a photo of her sister Venus instead of herself. They bogus. That's bogus. And she said, "No." This was one of the comments she tweeted on. She tweeted on Twitter. She said, "No matter how far we come, we get reminded that it's not enough." Ain't that something?
Right.
Yeah.
Girl,
Doesn't matter. Don't have how much money you got.
Right. Then I wanted to mention about Usher. Usher revealed that he said that he regrets one of the things that he regretted was never dating Aaliyah. He said she was one of the people he wished he had took more seriously, especially since they were such good friends. He said they were really close friends for a small amount of time. Then they just kind of disconnected.
Yeah,
Ain't that something?
that is something.
Life of
Yeah.
regrets.
Yeah.
You can't live that
With
way.
just what we was talking about on Let's Talk About It Tuesday. We said
Mhm.
that you can't live life regretting things that you wanted to do. Don't carry it to your bed, your deathbed, talking about if I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Do it
Mhm.
now. Go for whatever it
Go
is you
for
want to
it.
do. Go for it.
Mhm.
You may fall, but you gotta get back up and get back
Keep
out there
going.
and try it again and don't give up.
Get on that bike and
Mhm.
keep pushing, man.
It's almost just
Yeah.
like a kid when they see a puddle, they just jump in it. They don't care.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
care.
Oh,
They just jump in it.
that
let,
every day.
yeah,
Whether
that's
you
something my grandbabies are doing to me.
exactly. That's
And
what
you be sitting up there going, "Why did you do that?"
Why do that? Look, Ivy go, Granny, look, water.
yep. And it's you have no time to get them. But sometimes they have a point to it. She'll go, "Can I jump in that?" I'll say no. And
No,
she'll do
trying
it.
to get Ursula like a few minutes to get in before we get to our guest because I don't want to bring our guest on there and Ursula come after the fact. So trying to give her a few
Especially
minutes to
come
get here.
blowing in like
Oh yeah, because we don't know what to expect from that girl. That girl came in here last Tuesday. Every time I replay that video, I just crack up laughing. I
Me
can't
too.
I
stop
think we was
laughing.
all out of breath with that.
My daughter laughed so hard when she seen that video. She said, "Ma, who is that?" I said, "That's Ursula." I said, No telling what to expect from that girl." So yeah, so I'm kind of scared. I don't want to scare our guests off.
This is gonna take
Not
away
really.
everything.
Yeah, we gotta see what she doing first before we bring up, before we let our guests come in. Cause man, that girl, boy.
Mhm.
Like, she got us on caution now.
All right.
Yeah. Do
I
y'all know that our guest for tonight, she has a book out?
Oh wow.
Yes, it's called it's makeup, not rocket science. I surely got questions about that because
I'm
that is
telling you,
so hilarious. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all the picture of her book. I like it. And you can find it on Amazon.
I know
Oh
that's right.
wow.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm so proud of this girl. Y'all don't even know how proud I am. This was like one of my best buddies growing up. And it's just so amazing just to, just looking at her and how far she have come. And man, it's exciting just to see this, and have her come on the show.
Hi
Oh, Danielle.
Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Danielle.
Yeah, but yeah, it's so exciting just looking at her, And I remember when we used to sit on the front porch of our house. And I just can't wait till she come out here. It's so funny. I can't wait to get
Mhm.
her out here. What does Ursula say?
Mhm. 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 Hope she ain't dropping it again.
Uh-uh.
I know surfboard tonight, honey.
Mhm.
I will say this while we're waiting. So I know I was talking about, yay. But he recently dropped some visuals for his new song that he's getting ready to put out, right?
Mhm.
And you know how he beefing with Pete Davidson because he with Kim right now.
Okay.
Pretty much it's an animated video, and he buried him. He pretty much kidnapped and buried him in the ground.
Hey, boo.
Hey, Ursula girl.
Hey y'all.
We didn't know what to expect from you today, so we was trying to give you time to get in here before we bring our
She
See,
guest.
Minnie
I
Mouse
was
today.
I was trying to be good because I know we got company, so I was trying to be good.
So she don't care. She already told me she gonna bring it. So she don't care. But I just wanted to make sure you were straight tonight.
Yeah, you know.
No wigs,
Gonna blow
no
into it.
no wigs falling off or anything. Any hot topics before we get to our guests?
No, no, ma'am.
Nothing. No, man. All right. Well, before we bring our guests out, I want to just show a picture of her. This is our guest for tonight, Miss Jessica Williams, makeup artist out of Chicago, baby. Chicago is on fire, y'all. So let's
Yes.
bring our guest out, Miss Jessica Williams.
What's
Hey,
up?
Jessica, how are you?
What's happening?
Nothing much.
What's up, Laura?
How are you?
It's good. It's so good to see you, sis. It's so good to see all of you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
What's
It's been a
going
long
on?
time.
Nothing much. I was just telling them about you. I was just saying, look, this girl, me and her grew up together. When we was about
Yes.
9, 10 years old,
Oh
probably.
my gosh. Let me
Oh
think.
God. Oh my
I was
goodness.
there in
Yep.
81. So I was 10.
Yep. Yeah. You know her since
Laura was
then.
one of my first friends I met over there.
Yeah, sure was. We used to sit on the porch and we
Yes.
because we weren't allowed to do like the kids today. The kids today can go
No,
anywhere they
our
want to go.
parents,
Our
our parents
parents
were
did
on
not
us.
play
We
that.
had, yeah, no, that wasn't happening. Good to
Mm-mm.
see you.
I want to hear about these fashion shows, so that's what I'm waiting for.
So, okay. She said, let me get right to it. All right. So let me just be, if I see that you ladies are very transparent, and I
Yes.
love that because
Yeah.
I'm transparent. I honestly didn't know what to expect. So
Uh-huh.
as I'm sitting here and I watch you all vibe and do your thing, I'm like, oh, okay, this is my kind of podcast. So this is cool.
Yeah.
So I can keep it 100 with you. So having said that, as far as like fashion shows and stuff like that, I gotta be honest, I don't follow a lot of that. My
Mm.
thing, and Laura knows this about me because she was the same way. It's all about individuality. We have never been one about trends. Never been one about who's doing what. Like I'll be really honest, I don't care. You know,
Mhm.
because do you look good or do you not look good? So
We still
I
the same.
up there and talk about, oh, well, these trends are hot. What I can tell you and what I do like is that a lot of the talent are beginning to move away from that heavy application, things that look like so realistic, not unrealistic or theatrical or just like all that heavy,
Yeah, makeup.
moving away from that and moving more towards softer,
Natural.
enhancing what you look like already, natural, a little this, a little of that, but just looking like you're on the stage 24/7. What I find from a lot of the talent that I work with, they don't really like that. They don't really
Wow.
like it. So when you look at, I didn't see all the images from the NAACP awards, but from what I did see, a lot of the actors, they were glamorous, but it wasn't like they looked like Mr. Snuffleupagus with the eyelashes or the contouring. Like,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and especially the African American women or women of color, they just look, put together, done up. So I will say there was a trend that most folks are moving towards that, unless from the no disrespect to RuPaul, but unless less from that look, that over exaggerated
Mm-hmm.
look. So
So they're moving to more less than more.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's less
To
is more.
enhance your natural beauty.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yes.
Speaking of
So Jessica, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Where would you like me to start from? Like the beginning or just whatever?
You
Okay.
can start at
Whatever,
the beginning.
girl.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
yes.
All right, that's cool. So, um, I was more of an artist or an illustrator. Like I had an older cousin who would like draw cartoon characters for me, and I would kind of do what he showed me or whatever. And that, for some reason, made me want to go more into illustrating. So throughout the years in grade school, where everybody's doing their thing, I would be sitting off in the corner by myself drawing, just doing whatever. That segued into me going to school for fashion illustration. I went to the Art Institute, and back then there were trimesters. And so while I was going to school at the Art Institute, I got pregnant. I had my daughter. I was 19 when I had her, and that set me back. Single mom, family helping me out. I don't know anything because I was 19, right? All I knew was that I had to make it work. So as I went back to school, I went to the academy, which used to be in the apparel center, and I fell in love with drawing. And Laura would tell you, when we were kids, we would do like fashion shows and plays before we even knew it was a thing that we could even do. We just knew that we wanted to entertain ourselves and be creative and express our creativity. And that's what we did. You
Yeah.
know, that's what we did. And so anyway, fast forward back, um, I was producing shows before I was even legal to even be in a club. My daughter, like 6, 8 months old, I got her on my hip, and I'm in clubs in Chicago back in the day, choreographing shows. So what made me, So what made me stop doing that was that fashion illustration moved more into the technology field, where everything was done with computers, and I was like, you know, I'm an artist. I'm not about to use a computer to help me illustrate. So still had to make some money, still a single mom. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with school. I started working at Saks Fifth Avenue. So I was working at different stores on Michigan Avenue, like Ann Taylor and Macy, Marshall Fields at that time, blah, blah, blah. Somehow I was working at Ann Taylor, and one of my clients was a manager for the cosmetic department at Saks. I helped her. A week later, I'm working for her. And what I discovered was that makeup, the medium was like equivalent to like, you know, markers or color pencils or paint. Makeup became that for me. And then people became my canvas. So I started doing makeup that way. I had to make some money, had to support my kid. I needed to, you know, work, whatever. And that's how I got introduced to makeup. Now, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that I could make a career out of it. I just kind of fell into it.
Wow.
People started calling me. People started referring me. I remember my first music video, I had a caboodle. I was still living down the street from you, Laura. And I had a caboodle. And I worked a whole day for like $100. I had no idea that this was a thing.
Wow.
And so it was like one thing led to another. I started working at different cosmetic counters. I started meeting people. I started working at Barney's Resort. And then these women started hiring me for their weddings, my misfits, the fashion show, did this, did this, did that. And I don't even know who referred me, but it was some dude that worked on an independent project with me, referred me to the union. I became union in 2004. I was 33. And my first film that I ever worked on was Barbershop 2.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And so I had no idea that this could be a career. I had no idea because it's Chicago.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Outside.
Yeah, that was right down, not far from us.
And it was on.
You feel me? And so it just kind of created its own way, you know, and the rest is history. So now here I am, fast forward. I started makeup when I was like 24. So that's, I can't do the math. But professionally, I've been doing makeup since I was 33. So fast forward, I was a key makeup artist for Chicago PD for 4.5 seasons.
Oh,
I
wow.
did season 1 Empire. I'm assistant makeup supervisor for the musical Wicked. I actually leave the end of this month to go work on that on the West Coast. There's a show that airs on AMC in April called 61st Street. I was the key makeup artist for that. I was a personal for Courtney B. Vance and Angelou Ellis. And it has been such an amazing ride. Like I cannot tell you how great it's been, right?
Yeah.
But in lieu of all of that, my thing is this. Now, we all come from what I'm assuming, the same background. Laura and I, we grew up a block away. One of the biggest things for me was to make sure that whenever I got to that level, that I would reach back and pull more up forward. So I was working on this film that came up on Netflix called Beats. Me, two of my homegirls, one of my homeboys, we all work in makeup and hair. We were talking about the lack of education, the diversity, the lack of training, blah, 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 for people who want to do what I do. So we came up with a company. My good friend created the name Last Week Chicago. And what we did was we made that into our business. So we're certified through the city and state. And basically what it is, it's a workforce and incubator program that trains makeup artists and hairstylists and barbers who aspire to work in film and TV.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yes.
That's real
So,
good.
as in January of this year, we got our first contract with the city, and we wrap it up next week.
That's good.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
So, yeah,
really good.
That is so good.
For giving back.
Oh man, look, the way I see it is that I couldn't be where I am if it weren't for the people before me. So it's my duty outside to do what I'm doing to pay it forward. That's
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, that's it. That's what I do. That's who I am.
Wow. That's
Wow.
great. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
South side of Chicago representing well.
Yes, yes. And I say that, and I let everybody know because my partner Dita, she's from Roseland, and I'm from the Southeast side. So I tell them, listen, we're professional, but at the end of the day, yeah, Roseland and the Southeast side is what we're gonna deal with. I don't know. I understand the capacity of which what that is. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know, do they?
I own it, man. But when they do, they be like, oh, all right.
You don't want to go in there and go,
Whatever you want.
South side.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Danielle Johnson said, I love it. I love it. Embrace individuality. Yes, Danielle.
Yes.
Yes, you go, girl. Hi, Danielle.
Yes.
Yes, very proud of you. I know. We are all proud of you.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Man. I mean, seriously, it's like, it's so much. And like I had a meeting today, and I was telling one of the folks that I work with that's part of the union, like, listen, we can all sit at the table. We can all eat. It's like, to me, it doesn't make sense to not create opportunities for everybody. And I've always been about like, I'm willing to go on the line. I'm willing to fight. If that means I gotta lose my job, that's cool. Because what's for me is for me. He's got it. So
That's true.
I'm not tripping. Whatever's for me is for me. So I'm willing to go out on the line. Like I said, I understand when I was in that position. And the moments when I felt I needed help or when I did need help, they didn't reach out for me. And it's not that I asked for it, it's just that I do believe that we all have a purpose. And our goal is to help those. And if you don't honor and respect that, then why the hell are you here? I'm just, again.
That's true.
I'm just keeping it funky, but I'm just saying. I just think I would never do that way. So yeah. It's fun.
That's true.
It's fun because it's a different I'm still doing what I've always done and what we've always entertained, but just in a different capacity.
Perspective.
Yeah. And you're reaching back and giving somebody else the opportunity to learn from you.
Yep.
And that's great.
Yep.
And now, how did you come about with the book? It's makeup, not rocket science.
Well, it's funny. Well, first of all, I was laughing because when you posted that picture, I saw somebody left me a low mark, 1 star. Not what I hoped for it. So it says, I love her natural look of Chicago PD. This book doesn't say what ingredients to avoid. Well, first of all, I'm not a chemist. So I'm not going to give you ingredients. I'm not a chemist. I'm giving you steps. That has nothing to do with me.
Keep it 100.
Then it says, let's see. It doesn't say what ingredients to avoid, what natural products should contain. I'm not a scientist. Only $10, but was expected much more. Not much here to read. Wash your face. Eat the food. Done. Okay. Well, great. I did say it's not makeup. It's not rocket science. So.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
duh.
what? I could just imagine. As I'm reading the title of your book, I could just see your expression.
Well, you know my personality.
Yes, because I know how you are.
Very blunt.
It's really
Very
not
blunt.
this is for you. This is for someone basic. You're a fan of a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can look that over there. That's not taking enough to
Hey,
handle that.
And that's what happens. They forget.
Right.
People
So it's
forget.
Yeah.
fine. But
It's one of those
makeup,
bad Felicia moments.
right.
I really don't care about that. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about the book, Makeup Not Rocket Science, the reason why I came up with that was because I wrote that in 2009. It was published in 2012. So this is way, way before even social media came a thing. I mean, so Facebook just came up on the map. So
Right.
really what it is, Makeup Not Rocket Science was just a step-by-step, very basics. I got tired of people asking me, well, how do you wash your brushes? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm sorry, I don't talk for free. Certain people, like Laura, anytime you need me for anything, says, I got you. You ladies, I got you. But when you're just fishing for information, you got to pay me. Period.
Right.
I
Hey,
created an inexpensive book that you can download via Amazon to tell you the basics. How to wash your face, how to wash your brushes, how to do the simple eye.
No, she didn't say wash your face.
I mean,
Yeah, but some people probably asked her something
Yeah,
so
I know.
simple. How do you wash your face? Is it in circular motions or is it up and?
or what you use. Some people still use dial soap. It's like you should
Oh
have
my
dial soap
goodness.
in your crib. You shouldn't have
yeah.
dial soap
Yeah.
at all.
That's a hand wash at this point.
Look, God bless
Walmart favorite.
people who still do these things. And it's like, this is basics. So if you are advanced or if you think you know everything, or if you're just reaching out to people because you're so engulfed in social media that you don't have your own life, then this ain't for you.
Yeah.
It's so simple. So the book is just a simple how-to for maybe a 14-year-old or someone who's like, you know what, I've never been interested. I just want to know. I don't even wash my brushes. I've had some women who have never washed their brushes since they purchased them. It's like you put this on
Ooh.
your face.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
some germs, isn't it?
Like I said, I'm not judging. I'm not
Mhm.
judging. But there's some people who legit do not know that you're supposed to wash your brushes. So
Right.
if you don't wash your brushes, this book isn't for you. So get it
Wow.
on Amazon. Fall back.
And some sisters haven't had them brushes for 20 years.
Well,
Ain't never brushed them.
thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
And like I said, I'm not dissing anybody, but there are people out here who literally do not know. They don't
Wow.
know. So wash your brushes, wash your hair, wash your weave. Just
Wash it.
you don't,
Not
don't know.
the weed,
Good Lord.
People don't know. A lot of people don't know. And I don't want
That's
you
right.
to. A
Mhm.
lot of people don't know.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Bill Johnson said there's a poem named Where is the Black Community? The answer is everywhere because all of you are great witness of that. Professionals in your own right. That's amazing.
All
Thank you,
right,
Danielle.
Miss Johnson.
Hello, Mr. Frederick Beatty. Good evening,
Hey, Freddie.
ladies.
Good evening.
Yes.
So yeah.
Danielle said that's an awesome title for a book. Great analogy.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
That
is.
is hilarious. No.
There is that just don't know. Like how do some people probably just use just water in the towel still just to
Well,
wash your face, which is not bad. It depends on your skin type, I believe.
well, I mean, it's that, but no, but in all fairness, what we have to understand is at the end of the day, it all boils down to hygiene.
Yeah.
A lot of folks don't understand that makeup is equivalent to skincare in the sense that you are applying products to your skin. It's
Mhm.
makeup, it's product.
Mhm.
So you have to know, it's like I said, it's just like when you're doing your hair. When you're washing your hair, you use your comb, your brush, this buildup, this hair, your hair shed, you got product in it. What do? You see it, it gets icky, you clean it out.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, there is a disconnect when it comes to makeup and like hygiene and cleanliness and stuff like that. So that's what spawned this, is to say, listen, wash your brushes. And it's simple. Get some Dawn soap. Just break it down. Just clean it out because you put it on your face. And although you're not using it on other people, it's still buildup. Clean your
Yeah.
brushes. It's the same thing when people don't understand, you know, my face is always breaking out. Well, it's because you don't change your pillowcases. You're not using satin pillows, and you're using all this product in your hair. And when you're sleeping and you're not wrapping
Mm-hmm.
your hair, what happened? Your hair is smashed up on your face. All that
Mm-hmm.
buildup is on your hair is in your pillowcase. You got your face on the pillow. 2 plus 2 is
Yeah.
4. So it's like just there's ways
Simple
to get
stuff.
around it. It's simple stuff. But
Mhm.
again, I understand that a lot of folks don't know this information, so they're not able to share that with other people. They're not able to pass that to their sons and daughters. So my thing is, whatever I know, I'm gonna let you know.
Right.
I want everybody to be the best and whatever it is. So
And you
makeup
can't assume that people know
not
either.
something that people know. So I've been fortunate enough, like I said, to do the stuff that I do. And with the information that I do have, I'm not a knower of everything, but I'm someone who's experienced in my field. So therefore, if I can share that information to help someone, be it someone that's want to be a professional or just an everyday sister who just want to know some basic stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
it's not that deep.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is your favorite celebrity that you did makeup for?
I got a few, uh, but I'll tell you who my latest is, and I'll tell you why. So um, there's a show on AMC this airing in April, right? And there's his brother by the name of Mr. Courtney B. Vance.
Mm-hmm.
He, of course, is a Midwestern dude. He's from Detroit. And what I love about him is not just his professionalism and his skill. He's such a great, great, great actor. One of the things,
Angela Bassett's husband. Is that Angela
yes,
Bassett's
mhm.
husband? Okay.
And the thing, what I like about actors is that for me, as a consumer, as a viewer, if you make me forget who you are because you're acting and how you're so invested in this character,
Yes.
Yes.
that's how this brother is, right? Not only that, just the way that he engages with the cast and crew, it doesn't matter what level. He sees everyone as a human being. But more importantly, he's a very, 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 very spiritual brother.
That's important.
To this day, we get Bible quotes or like during Black History Month. Every day he would take it upon himself to tell us a story about someone during Black history.
Mm.
He's very invested in the community but more importantly, he's just an overall good human being. Like he does not forget his roots. He does not forget how important family is. You
Mhm.
know, but the way that he treated the cast and crew and just how he engaged and how he appreciates everybody's role.
Mhm.
He is, I've never been one when people ask me that question, be like, oh, it's this, is that. I really honestly don't like to answer that type of question
Okay.
because for me, I see this as a job and I see them, what they're doing is a job. Again, I don't see them any different than any of us. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but I will say he really changed my perspective on that because I
Mm-hmm.
that I would meet and have such an opportunity to meet someone like him. Another person that I really have that respect for is Anjanou Ellis. She was the other main character on the show that I took care of. And when you talk about someone who is so invested in her career and her purpose and understanding who she is as an African American woman
Mm.
and understanding her role, you know, um, takes her job very seriously and will let you know about it in the most professional way. But
Mhm.
as an African American woman, as a sister, it's just very inspiring to work with people like that and who are still grounded, who
Mm.
Right.
still maintain that level of professionalism and that status in which they earn. So those are my two favorites.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's
Oh,
great.
that is awesome.
Because it's like they don't look down on you or
No,
anybody in their spirit. Because I
no,
mean, even if it's the
no.
janitor, they
But there's
still give them their respect.
Respect.
exactly And even beyond that is their spirit. Because I'll tell you, I had a friend. I have a friend, and she's a very spiritual sister. I'm a spiritual chick. I was baptized as a Catholic, but I'm more of a spiritual person. It's more universal, non-denominational for me as you grow older, right? So anyway, I remember like right before my 41st birthday, I was talking to her. I remember I was sitting and everything, and she's a homegirl too, and we're talking, and she's just like, Jessica, when you get to this level, this is gonna happen, and then Gaia, and then you're gonna be able to be in a position to talk about him and talk about your experience and blah blah blah. And I was like, well, in the entertainment industry, the last thing they trying to hear is that. Like,
right.
they're gonna look at me like, are you bye, So that is what I thought. So fast forward to where I am now, and even some years back, some of the most spiritually grounded and sound individuals who will stop in the middle of a scene or like before we begin to start our day, lock up elbow to elbow and give prayer and give thanks and show gratitude. I was just like, okay, I couldn't believe it. So
wow.
I'm very, very lucky. Oh man, the entertainment industry in Hollywood, they get a lot of bad rap. But if you are grounded within yourself, you tend to find each other, and you're able to still create and entertain and provide entertainment for viewers, and still have that level of spirituality and that groundedness that will cover you, and keep you,
focused.
Focused, moving forward in the right direction.
Yeah, I remember meeting a sister, one of them celebrity sisters, and she was very interesting. I'm just gonna say that I ain't gonna say her name or nothing.
We'll talk
But
offline.
huh?
I said we'll chat offline.
Yeah, but she was very interesting. She was very extra. I'm gonna say that. She wanted everybody out the room while she did her makeup. Everybody was getting their makeup done in the same room, and she wanted everybody out. Nobody could be in the room while she did her makeup, and it was very interesting. I was like, "Wow, you that much better than everybody else?"
Well, you know what? You have some that could be like that, but what I discovered too, and not in anyone's defense, but just me, just trying to understand where everybody is, especially given the time in which we're living in right now. Because everybody deal with stuff in different capacities. What I've noticed is that sometimes some folks can't be distracted because it takes certain atmospheres or certain spaces for them to get into character. Or sometimes, and I've seen this where I've worked with an actor or actress and I'm working with them and I'm doing their makeup and they maybe have an important role. And I understand you got people who are there for the day to be background, the person at the bar, the waiter walking by. They don't understand that although they may be enamored with this actor or actress, she's still at work.
Right.
You can't take a selfie while they're trying to get the
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm touching them up, first of all, you're not supposed to have a phone or set in the first place.
Nope.
You can't walk up to the actor on FaceTime
trying to get her on.
I'm not making an excuse for anybody, Laura.
Right. I get it.
What I say is that sometimes, this is their career, true indeed, and this goes with it. But at the same time, you have some people who aren't mindful that although we are living vicariously through the character that they portray, that they're actually working.
Yeah, that's their job.
And let's be 100. When we're going to work or going to the grocery store and we're in our space, we don't want nobody saying nothing to us.
Right.
That's true. That's very true.
How come you're not smiling today? Man, if you don't get your
I'm just gonna get these eggs and go.
some eggs. What you mean smile? I just got up. I got a bill to pay and I gotta go buy some eggs. You want me to smile?
That's true. That's true. That's real. That's just real.
And like I said, I'm not just because there are some people who aren't the kindest. You know,
No.
they're everyday people like you and me too. So I just,
Mhm.
working in this business and understanding the amount of pressure. You got an 8-page dialogue that they just decided not to break into 3 days. They want you to do an 8-page dialogue today in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
They ain't trying to figure out how I feel today. They don't care.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
done and getting it done on daytime.
Yeah, so so I get it. But yeah, to your point, sometimes there are some people who it's like, yo, I'm just saying hi. Like, it's
Exactly.
so I get you. I get you.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, she was a little too extra though. I get it. And I
we'll
do
talk
get that part.
offline.
What you were saying that, yeah, that's their job. That I get that part, but she was a
Yep.
little too extra.
Just say God
Too
bless
extra.
you. Keep it moving.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I just say, oh, you ain't all that
God
anyway.
bless
So,
you. God bless you. God bless
Mhm.
so keep it moving, sister girl.
you.
Like, just
God,
go praise the Lord and keep it
God,
moving.
All
God.
right, church lady.
You all are funny.
Danielle Johnson, I think she was talking about Courtney Vance. She said, "Amen. He is awesome,
Yeah.
very compassionate. Is he?"
Yes. Yeah.
Can I ask you? I was waiting on my friend girls to ask, but everybody just kind of chit chatting. I just want to get a question in.
Okay.
Um,
Now
Anybody?
you put
um,
me on the spot.
I mean, but I want to know how was it working? And I know that you have worked on different projects, but I say Empire because of course it's just world known or whatever. How is it working on such a busy set like that?
Well, how can I say this? The way I operate, I go in a zone. You know, I go in a zone because there's so many different components to I think what you're leading to.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different personalities. There's a lot of different departments. There's a lot of different components, and at the end of the day, we're so codependent on each other. Nobody can slip. So I go into work with that mindset. Like I have to make sure that I am 100% because if I slip, it creates a domino effect. Um, I am one of the first people that a lot of that the actors see before they start their day, before they go on set.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They got to come into the makeup and hair trailer to get hooked up. So our mood really feeds off of where they are, you know. And we understand that even though this is our job, we have to make sure that it's conducive and it's cool for everybody that walks in because this sets the tone for the whole day.
Hmm.
So I do have a lot of weight on my shoulders. Um, but at the same time, I take pride in that because it gives me a sense of responsibility. And I'm a control freak. I'm a true Sagittarian. Um, I like to be in control. I like to be the first of everything. I like to know everything. I like to be the one that has everything laid out so that when someone comes in my space, they're comfortable. If you're not falling asleep in my chair, I'm not doing my job.
Because they're relaxed.
I like to cater. They got to get in their mode. They got to remember their lines. I don't know what they got going on in their personal life. It's not my business. All I know is that when they stepped in on my trailer with me and my cohorts, this is a safe space to do whatever you got to do to get acclimated for the day. So me knowing how I am and how the teams I've worked with, and fortunately I've worked with majority of really good people, we set that tone. Um, you do deal with ego, but the way I'm wired, one, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Two, I understand that the industry in which I work in is showboat. Everybody's acting. So you learn to not take anything personally. Sometimes you can't help but to do that, but you learn not to take anything personally. And you also really learn how to speak up for yourself and stand up for what you believe in. And, I deal with things in any other field like anybody else. I deal with racism. I deal with sex. I deal with the same thing, but I'm just wired different.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do think that it takes a strong individual to work in my field because, again, you're dealing with a lot of egos and you're dealing with a lot of creative people. And as you all know, us creative folks, it's our way. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to respect that with everybody. But at the end of the day, it's cool. I can go anywhere and do it, but I dig it. There's pros and cons. It's very physical. I'll be 52 this year. I'm already achy. We jumping in and out of vans. Working on location. It's 30, 40 degrees below zero. You trying to do makeup and stuff's frozen. Can I cuss? Can I cuss on here? You can't hold a lip brush because your hands and it's just a lot. It's a lot. More super hot. The humidity is 90%. You got allergies. West side of Chicago, you can't even breathe because your throat's closing up. It's like there's so many different things that you're dealing with, or you're dealing with an actor who sweats profusely. So you got to run after them from their starting point to the end point to make sure they don't look like they're swimming in a tub of water. It's just
Oh wow.
a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
So you got to stay focused.
Stay focused and doggone keep on going.
Eat your Wheaties, man. Eat your Wheaties. Work out. Just yeah. It's very involved.
Wow.
I guess we don't look at it that way because when we're looking at the TV, it's like, oh, they look perfect, especially.
Oh, that's why we bust our butts because that's how we want you all. We want you all to see that. It's all about entertainment. Because at the end of the day, the more entertained you are, the more we work.
Right. Right. That's a good point.
Everybody wants to be entertained, especially now. It's an escapism.
Yeah.
We need escapism from this crazy world we live in. So
I have a question. How did you you handle the when the pandemic hit with everything that was going on during the pandemic? How did you pretty much reinvent yourself, because it was like you had to because so many things were shut down during that time.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, it was really interesting. I honestly think before we even knew what it was that I caught it. I've never been sick. I don't get sick like that. For me I probably caught the flu twice in my life, But I remember this particular day, I asked to go home. I've never left work, and so and this was like that February of 2020, and March Friday the 13th, March 13th is when they shut us down. So I'm at work. I was in Chicago PD, and we had no idea what was going on. Everybody was freaking out. It was Friday. They were like, "Yeah, today's the last day." We were supposed to shoot through April or May, and it was like, "Yeah, no, we're not going. Y'all gotta go." So what happened, and what was really nice, and I was very happy and grateful for, was that our production ended up taking care of us, compensating us for a few weeks, and I was able to collect unemployment, all that stuff.
What a blessing!
But man, it was. I'm telling you, being in a union pays. I don't care what nobody says. So during that time, we had no idea when we were going to go back to work. But I'm a creative person. The year before, I had actually got my license to be a nail tech. Not that I wanted to do nails, but I wanted to understand the business because I wanted to create a business to bring that true set for those of us who don't have the time to go to get manis and pedis. So I'm like, all right, well, I understand the business and I hire people, and then boom, we'll go to set and whatever. So at that time, folks wanted to get manis, but you didn't want to go get a manicure at a damn nail salon because you know what's going on. So I started making press-on nails.
Yeah, that was very
press-on nails. So I used my artistic abilities, and I used my license and all the money I spent to go to nail school. And then I did this thing where I would send out like a nail kit where you would fit yourself, you'd tell me your sizes, and you would send me images, and then boom, this is what I charge you. And then I sent you
That was smart. That was smart.
Wow, that's good.
You still doing it, right, Jessica?
I still do it. I don't do it as much because I've been so busy on set. But what I did do for the show that I was on, I did make some press-ons for one of the actresses because that was part of her thing to have her nails hooked up. So
Oh,
I still do it. And I am going to, I put that business on the back burner because I've just been busy with other things. But that's how I was able to maintain, you know.
yeah.
And then on top of that, one of my mentors who started this organization many years ago on the East Coast. He would do all like these panel discussions and classes and online classes and stuff. And I became like one of his people that he would contact to be on this panel. And, so I was real creative. I know a lot of people suffered, but honestly, by the grace of God, my daughter and I, we were straight. We were good.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
Definitely.
It really is. It really is.
Daniel Johnson said, "Wow, you are very talented."
Well, thank you, Miss Johnson. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I seen the nails, and I thought they were really nice. I'm like, well, this girl, my girl, that's my girl.
Listen,
Mhm.
I had to do what I had to do, but it
Yep.
was it was it was cool. I think the one thing about people of color is just our level of resilience. I just
Yeah.
think it's not something we wanted to do. It was just like, yo, we didn't have a choice.
That's
You know
Right.
true.
what I mean? I go back to like in the days of slavery. And I
Mhm.
was telling one of my friends, is my business partner, Rita, actually, and she laughs at me. She laughs so damn hard. But I was just like, it's funny how back in slavery, they didn't even want us to read.
That's
I said,
right.
what did we do? I said, we went back and we taught ourselves to read. And once we learned how to read, we went and got Jim Bob, Sally Mae, Annie Mo, and all of them and taught them how to read. Like, we're going to
Mhm.
always find a way. We're going to
Mhm.
always find a way. There's no such thing as us giving up. We're going to make a way out of no way. I just think it's ingrained in our DNA. And
Yeah.
I think that if anything, that is what this pandemic and what COVID showed me as it pertains to Black and Brown folks. Like, we're going to make it happen because we don't have a
Yeah.
choice. We've learned how to survive because
Yeah.
that's
Right.
what we had to do. It
Mhm.
wasn't because we wanted to. Nobody asked us. We didn't ask to be brought here. We did what we had to do.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
very true.
I think it still applies today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes them hate us so much, unfortunately, because they know we always gonna persevere no matter what.
And I
Mhm.
No
think
matter
that's why
what.
they label us the way that they do too, to make it
Yeah.
seem as though we're not pushing and moving as hard as we are. But no matter what you throw, whatever stick or stone, it's gonna get done. We gonna
It's
get it
like
done.
whatever,
Hmm.
Right.
whatever.
Let
That's
me just hop over this real quick.
yep.
Yes.
Shayna Gordine said, "Good evening, everyone."
Good
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 evening.
evening,
evening.
Shayna.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's good.
Danielle said, "Yes, that's truly a blessing."
Your
That she
daughter,
went
right?
got your and
Your
your
Yeah,
daughter
daughter.
was straight.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were straight. We were good. Yep.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, a lot of
good.
businesses came out of this pandemic too. So
Yep.
many people created their own income during this pandemic.
Yep.
And they, especially black folks, I tell you, I ain't never seen so many businesses being, especially on Facebook, is during this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the rate of companies who are needing help, who are short staffed, is higher than it's ever been because what happened when we got a taste of being independent, even because I worked at home for, during the bulk of the pandemic. But the thing is, I felt the taste of being able to do what I wanted to do. I published my book during the pandemic, my
Exactly.
first book. And it's just like, it's a lot of people who said, I'm not going back to work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's
And
what
I
Hmm.
happened.
created my candle business
Yeah,
pandemic. It's just something that's not the end of it, but that's the beginning. You know.
right.
Yeah,
Daniel Johnson said, we can do all things through Christ Jesus, which strengthens me and you. Amen, Danielle.
that's true.
Amen.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, you guys, thank you, Jessica, for coming
You
on our
are
show today.
welcome.
We
You
truly
are welcome. And I
appreciate
just want to
you.
say thank you, ladies, because I know we were supposed to meet up several weeks ago, and at the very last minute, I had to work. So I
You got
appreciate
to
you all, and
do
you
that business.
you know what I'm saying. I appreciate the flexibility and just willing to talk to me today. So I made sure I told everybody, like, listen, all I know is at this time I gotta be free. That's it.
Oh, that's so.
It was so nice to
We
meet
really
you.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, you got to come back on again.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
sure
that's
do. So you
really
come
good.
on one of our Let's Talk About It Tuesday. We talk about some of everything. We clown, we have fun, we
They
just
clown. I'm serious. I'm a serious person. I don't clown, okay? I just want to be
Look
clear,
at the
okay?
look
go
at the
back and watch.
podcast. Look at
Go
the
back
video. We'll
and
see.
watch last
Okay.
week's show. You will see.
You will
Okay.
see what
Well,
happened.
thank you for having me. I
You
appreciate
gonna
all
fall
you
out
listening.
your chair laughing at this fool.
Mhm.
Well, that's good. I'm down with that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta come back on here,
Yes,
clown with us,
please.
have a
Oh,
wilding
yeah.
out day with us and stuff, and we
All
just all
right.
just chill
And
out.
Happy Women's Month. Happy
Yeah.
Women's Month.
Happy
Oh
Women's
yeah,
Month.
Happy
Women's
Women's
Month
Month.
for you too.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
Women are powerful.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Very.
So, guys, thank you all for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. We truly appreciate our guest today, Jessica Williams, for coming on our show. And please make sure that you guys go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. And follow us, hit that bell, y'all, so y'all can keep up with all our latest shows, okay? So we'll see you guys again next Tuesday. I have an interview Friday, guys. So if y'all want to tune in to the interview that I'm gonna be on, it's posted on my Facebook page. I don't remember what radio show it is, but it's
Oh
there.
my God, we
It's
fancy. We
Friday.
don't even remember. Golly.
So
Gee.
make sure y'all tune in. All right, guys. It was good talking to you, Jessica.
You too,
And
darling.
everybody
Nice
out
seeing
there,
you
we want to
too.
say
Tell your
nice.
family I said hey, okay?
I
So
will.
yeah.
You tell yours the same.
I will.
Love you guys
Love
on
you back.
Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. We love you guys. We're going to say goodnight to you guys on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Good night.